white shoes, world on my shoulders, heart full of blues out in the dirt, down in the dirt.
Today's live stream is brought to us by another one of our members, Alberta and Stella. This is another great channel, and if you're into dogs, you'll really enjoy this channel. So go check the channel out. You'll enjoy it.
Hey everybody. Roy is doing the water bottles real quick, and
Yeah, it's gonna be 75 degrees today.
it's supposed to be 75 degrees today, he said. So
It'll be about 76 here, probably.
So yeah. And neither one of us remembered to fill the water up last night. It was from all that good food we ate. We were still in a food coma. Hawkins Family Adventures. Hello, hello. Desert Adventures in Arizona, our first member up in here with us. Crystal and La Gringa.
Hey, I noticed on his live stream today, we gotta have to check. We weren't members on his today.
Again?
That was at the beginning of the month when I did that.
Yeah, I'll look. Jolly Matilda, another member in here with us. Camping Therapy. Hey, Doreen, another member up in here with us. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Moving over in Miami. Howdy, howdy. The real Robert Rockwell. CR View, another member and neighbor. Hello, hello. I put Roy to work this morning.
What are we doing for dinner?
Chili.
Oh, yeah.
See, I was already ready for that question this morning. Let me know when you're ready to sit.
I will when I'm
I'll
ready to do it.
move. We have two of them watching Roy to see if he's going to sit. What you looking for?
What movies?
They're up there
Where?
by the sugar.
You know how many theirs we have in this
I
place?
was pointing.
I
turn around and look.
facing the other direction, you goof.
Oh, I see what you're doing. He's prepping.
You know, the darn production crew won't do it.
Like your production crew said she quit a long time ago, so I don't know what to tell you.
We
Yep.
have crew, not she.
Well, I'm one, and I quit. So there you go.
Huh?
I said, I told you I quit. I'm now the anchor. So now you're the production crew. So what's the deal?
You learn how to close this so. All right. Everything is charging?
Yeah.
No, it's not.
What else
Where's
is
the
there?
Google phone go? Right there.
I don't know. You had it.
Be a cord over there that's not doing anything. Yep, down here.
Uh-oh. Did we unplug it?
No.
Okay. So, yep, that's...
Google phone is plugged in.
All right. My phone's just still...
Mine's not.
Hey, hush. Oh, he's giving Roy attitude.
My phone is halfway.
Yeah. All right.
I need the weather.
You got your coffee cup?
Not yet.
See, look, man, I got to remind him of everything. He's looking at the weather now.
I'm getting the weather on.
And I'm holding the seat because Jasper is eyeing us both. He's like, yep, Mom moves over, I'm taking that seat. Hey, SPS. Oh, that did not. Hey, PSV Odyssey. There you go. There you didn't bring your coffee again.
I didn't, did I?
See, and I reminded this man. What am I going to do with you? It's still very hot.
Very hot.
All right, you ready? Because here he
I
comes.
suppose.
Grab your seat. Here he comes.
Ah, yeah. Howdy. Hope everybody had a Merry Christmas. Good one. We had a good one.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't
Howdy,
share no
howdy.
pictures yet.
Oh. But yes, it is 62 degrees outside right now. So sorry for all you guys that are cold.
Hey,
And-
Sunshine's 51. I went outside in my t-shirt today.
And we slept with the windows open last
Not
night.
intentionally.
Yeah, it wasn't intentional, but apparently it wasn't cold enough to notice.
I was under the blanket, so I didn't notice. Here comes a troublemaker. What do you want?
And
Hey, looky.
where's the daily for the high is? Well, they got 74 now. It was 75 earlier, but now it's 74 for the high. Tomorrow's 76. Then we're back into the 60s.
Yeah.
But 50s in there, 40s.
I see 2 days of 70s.
Yep. Today and tomorrow.
Yep.
76 tomorrow for the high,
Woohoo.
which means it might hit 80. It's another day here. We stay home alone. Yeah, that was just basically just another day for us too anymore. It's mainly for the kids and their families and that. We did our fair share of it growing up and with the kids.
Yeah. Hey, Diane Phoenix.
But we got a couple Christmas gifts we given to us. Well, this was like a white elephant, but it was called a Yankee Christmas. No, stay over there, Blue. Here. And we got Grumpy Christmas Cat. Grumpy Cat's Worst Christmas Ever. That was a movie that we got. That was in the Yankee Christmas.
Gundala, Rise of a Hero, or Rise of...
Gundala. We haven't watched any of them yet. We got the DVD player out. And Max Steel. This looks like a good one. 3 movies.
Hey, Catherine Cook.
And when you're out here on the road, well, now we have Starlink, though. We pretty much have internet all the time. But before, we were watching movies like crazy. And then Becky got, actually, I got it. Then it was stolen from me. I was number 7. And then somebody after me, because a white elephant, you get to pick a gift or steal one. Like
Yeah.
It's a Yankee. They call it Yankee Christmas too. So I had this thing, and it got stolen from me.
Oh, cool, Doreen.
So anyway, we were sitting there, and she was number 20.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
And I was number 7. So I got to go way earlier than she did. Well, it got to be her turn. Nobody went and stole that other gift from this gift from the other lady. So Becky goes over and steals it. So now the whole crowd there was probably 37, 40 people there.
Yeah.
Because they counted the gifts and that. There was a rule that it could only be stolen 3 times.
And after that, it's done.
And then, yeah, after that, it can't
Dirty
be stolen
Santa,
anymore.
yeah, we've done
Yep,
that.
Dirty Santa.
White elephant.
So she went over and she stole this gift back from this lady. Well, naturally, the whole crowd thought this gift was locked up.
Yeah, they thought I was the third steal, but technically
We did too. We did too. She thought, yeah, they thought it went around 3 times, but it was only stolen twice. But this is it. And a rather handy item, and it was a pretty popular one too. But this is a USB juicer blender. You charge it up, and it runs on USB power. And we've got it charged. It
Oh, Moose is like, what in the world?
Oh, it beeped at me or something.
Yeah. Look, you got all attention of 2 of the 3.
Yep. Which is like, what is that thing? So let's put the cord back in. We don't really need the cord.
Not right now.
But yeah, this is we haven't used it yet. But it's
hey,
got,
cousin Carmen, Merry Christmas.
you know, you put
Michael
your stuff in there.
Mills Travel, another member in here. Howdy, howdy.
Stop. Put your stuff in there. And you turn it on, and you got to do this and this and this and this. That.
Moose don't like it. He's like,
All right, Jasper. Well, Jasper.
I don't like it either.
He's barking because Moose is.
Yeah.
And it also has a screen for when you're making the juice. See the screen?
Yeah,
You
so you
can
strain the pulp.
pour it out. There was a lot of nice gifts over there. A lot
Yeah.
of nice gifts. But this was what I opened first. And I knew
He said I ain't gonna keep it.
I wasn't going to be able to keep it long because, you know, this is USB powered, rechargeable, very useful for nomads and
Hey,
campers.
Sea Devil Adventures.
So, yeah, I had it a whole one turn, I think. But then that lady got it, and she was able to keep it for maybe 10 turns, and then it got around to Becky. And the minute Becky stood up, a few other ones said she's going to go after that blender, and Becky said, yep. But yeah, that was pretty cool. And then I got a couple other gifts that we can't mention on here. But yeah. And then we got our neighbors across the road brought over some lottery tickets.
Stay down.
Neighbors. And we end up winning a little bit of money on that. $20, 25, something like that. So there's a tank of fuel for the generator.
You're gonna have to move for a dish.
I see this.
He's wanting to later. Just grab dishes. Problem solved. Ain't no fighting that way. Where's his dish?
Over here.
As soon as she goes up for it, he's gonna go. Gotta rearrange the kids here.
And then hurry up and get back. But it was a really good Christmas. Had a big old dinner. I didn't video none of the dinner or anything yesterday. There was a few that did, but
we had fun. It was just nice to eat and talk to people.
Jolly said she'd have gone after it.
I like that art set too, though.
There was a Wi-Fi booster going around, art studio set that went around.
Yeah.
Oh, there was all kinds of stuff. Movies, shoes, pots, pans, kitchen stuff. A lot of nice gifts in there.
Yeah. He's like, what about me?
We should have put you in there. Speaking of this one, not her, but him right there. Speaking of that one right there, yesterday was his anniversary. Yeah, wasn't it? See, 6 years ago today, this little puppy dog right here should have been dead. Yep, you should have been a froze popsicle out in that field that you were found in. But he was found 6 years ago yesterday and handed to us. And look at these pictures. He was, what did he say, roughly 10 months old?
No.
10 weeks old. 10 weeks old, not months. 10 weeks old. Yeah, the vet estimated him at 10 weeks old. Oh, nope. You behave. Hey, it's the neighbor. So, he was estimated at 10 weeks old. And we were at my sister's for Christmas. And the neighbors had come knocking on the door. They had found him out in a field, laying on his side. Couldn't hardly move, crying. Basically, he was dying. It was the coldest night of the year that night. It was cold, sleet, ice, snow, rain. What is that beeping noise? And he wouldn't have made it through the night. So he got handed to me. I was the first one to hold him. And look at this picture. How could you say no to that little face? He knew he was in trouble. And he latched on to me and would not let go. And our daughter Tiana, too. And
I wasn't ready for another dog. We had just put our almost 15-year-old Beagle down in October.
Yeah, we had just lost our David just 2 months before this. So,
I wasn't ready.
We weren't ready. So, but this one, he found us.
Yeah.
So, but this is him, 10 weeks old as a puppy. The night that we found him, or he got found, what you can't see here is
his belly.
His belly was bigger than his head. He was full of worms. They did not think he was going to make it because of the worms.
Yeah, he was bad.
And
he'd been.
We wrapped the DVDs. I got T-Light birdcage. Oh, a T-Light birdcage gift as well. Yeah, that's right. Had a moose in the rig. Yep.
But he was in rough shape.
Very bad shape.
I got him home. I gave him over-the-counter wormer to start the process. Took the vet 2 more times to get rid of all of his worms.
And then you didn't put. Oh yeah, it's
I
okay.
couldn't.
Yeah. So let me share this. And this was, when was this?
The day of the vet visit. Yeah.
It couldn't have been.
Yes.
Oh, maybe.
He'd went to the vet that morning. They got him
Then
in.
his belly went down in this, didn't it?
They had already did that treatment that morning.
His belly was that big around. We're not kidding. It was that big around.
I thought he was a pregnant female.
Yep. Yeah. When they first brought him in, we thought he was a pregnant mama. But no, it turned out to be he was a 10-week-old puppy with full of worms. But let me share this and present. Not share screen, dear Facebook. And where's the big one? Right there. There's our daughter. Okay. Now we
take it back.
Oh yeah. Okay, but this is a minute and a half. Becky says this was the day after the vet.
No, the same day.
The same day at the vet?
They had got him in first thing in the morning. I had to bring him in at 7.
Yeah, they made special arrangements to get him in.
Because I said he was in bad shape.
But this is Lulu meat.
Lulu. Careful.
Yeah, that's Lulu meeting me.
Lulu took to him.
Yeah.
You guys are supposed to play. What? Is she weird? She loves to crack for you.
His belly's still a little protruded, but not like it was.
Yeah, not like it was. They had got most of the worms out of him. But he was, he was definitely on his way out.
He was so cold he couldn't move. And the little baby moosey part.
But Lulu took to him like he was his own puppy.
She wasn't very old either, though.
Careful, Baba.
She was 3, maybe 4, almost 4.
Careful, baby.
Ava Potterfield and friends, howdy.
Careful. He's in a weird position right now.
Yeah. He was considered critical when I brought him in because of the worms and parasites, because he had to be on an antibiotic too for a while. But I treated him the night before, and their first dose really helped. But he went back 2 weeks later, and we still had to get another worm treatment. That's how bad he was.
Yeah. Did we miss anybody coming in? If we did,
I did.
We didn't mean to.
Naj, another member.
Hey, howdy, Naj, another one of our members. Well, we're glad to have him. He's a little. He can be a little jerk sometimes, but we're glad to have him. He like I said, we weren't ready for another pup or dog.
No.
We weren't going to get one for a long time. We had talked about it, and then he found us. So I guess it was meant to be. And there he is in between. But Lulu's always been like a mama figure to him.
Yeah.
But we have to call him brother and sister. So she's like a big sister to him.
She took him in.
Oh, yeah.
Jasper wasn't impressed, but hey.
No, Jasper didn't much. Nice. Well, thank you very much is that a super?
That's a super chat, honey, not a sticker. It's
chat.
a super sticker.
Okay. They used to say, I thought.
They do. That one says
Super chat. This is for you. We should have had a Christmassy one. Well, you can have fireworks in Christmas.
They have them at New Year's too.
Yep. Here we go. This for you, Naj. Thank you,
Naj.
so much. And caught up. Yes, thank you again.
Yeah, camping therapy.
What?
You gotta go read Doreen's comment.
I guess this is what we're to.
You can be. You ain't lying. But yeah.
Man, this coffee's too hot to drink.
We always said Daisy sent them to us. So.
That's what we said. Yep. On Christmas, it was Daisy. Moose was Daisy's Christmas gift to us, evidently. It was on Christmas Day. And now it's his way or no way.
No,
He tries. He tries. Yeah, he tries to make it his way or no way.
It don't work with Mom. Yeah. The three of them know it doesn't work with Mom. You all seen how they know they aggravate Roy enough. Roy gives in.
Mm-hmm. Pretty pops.
And they know it.
Lulu's laying by the door now, looking outside.
Yeah, she's digging the weather too.
For today, nothing, huh?
You said something about getting up on the roof and cleaning.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, maybe.
There ain't no wind. Today would be the day to do it.
Well, yeah, maybe. Sometimes fur babies find us, and sometimes we find them. Yeah, we found Lulu. Kind of found Jasper. But yeah, Moose definitely found us. And then we intentionally was taking him to the vet, going to get him all good and healthy and then find him a home. Well, we find him a home, all right. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah, but you didn't tell the whole treatment for him was over $400.
So that wouldn't have mattered.
But I was like, nah.
We weren't ready for a dog. I'd save a dog for that.
I looked at him. I said, I've spent that much on him. He ain't going nowhere.
Well, now you're making it sound like you kept him because you spent money on him.
He slept with me that night. Ask Roy.
Yeah, that's how it went. she's using the vet bill as an excuse, but these two were kind of inseparable the first night.
I had no choice. Where did he sleep? On your pillow, but on my neck.
Yeah.
He laid right here, curled up in my shoulder.
I mean, he didn't whine like a puppy whine. When you get a new puppy, a lot of times they'll whine that first night away from their mama, And this dog acted like he had been there from day one. I mean, he was his tail. He was sleeping, curled up to her, and his tail
would start wagging,
was thumping at nighttime because he knew that he had found his home. He was happy. Though we weren't sure we were keeping him, but he had already decided.
Yeah. Yep. He didn't want. Autumn or Tiana was gonna try to keep him out by them on the couch. He wanted no part of that. I had to pick him up, bring him to bed with me, and I'm like, great. He's still a pup. He's gonna probably potty. He didn't potty in the bed or nothing.
He didn't. He was like, okay, who was it? Now later on, he
had an accident.
When he was kind of going through puberty part.
Yeah,
he couldn't really control himself. So I mean, but he knew he was doing bad because when he never messed in the house. No. He never pooped in the house. He always went to the door. But he couldn't control his pee for a while, and plus he had all this wormer stuff in him too.
Yeah,
and
he didn't do it.
This dog would pee, and he'd be running all over the place.
We gotta go fireman. Trying to get to that door. Because it would be like, oh, I gotta pee.
Cookies should be there Wednesday according to track. Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Yes.
Got cookies too.
Yep.
Cookies for Christmas.
But yeah, it was when he curled up next to me and then snuggled, and then y'all seen the puppy dog eyes. But I learned,
and he still uses them
on you. But when the vet said if we wouldn't have brought him in, which we knew he wouldn't have made it through the night, he was dehydrated.
Stop.
Even though at our house they have it's open to the water.
Yeah. Here too.
Yeah, and here. He was still dehydrated and malnourished, almost to the brink of starvation because of the worms. So when I gave him that first dose of that wormer, it actually kicked in, 2 hours later? That helped, and then,
Look.
Yep, here they come.
Watch, as soon as I get up. No, he says, move.
Oh, no.
I'm coming up, Mom.
No, you're not. Jasper, no. But, yeah. And then our last one is our daughter's dog, Whiskey. And that was my last official rescue. And I worked with a different rescue for him. Because Indiana's humane laws are...
Your first official rescue?
You. Yeah, Roy's my first. But Indiana's Humane Society rules. Okay, I found Whiskey. He had been hit by a car. We're thinking a big truck.
Society rules. It was Indiana law.
It's a humane laws. Whatever. Whiskey needed surgery. He could not wait the time frame that I was required to hold him to get his medical attention, like the surgery. We had to hold him, what, 10 or 11 days to 14 without getting a surgery that he needed before his bone would grow back.
Because we weren't the rightful owners. We couldn't pay for anything medical on that dog.
Because I wasn't the rightful owner. None of us
That was Indiana law.
Indiana laws. I could not get his surgery. Hey, Tammy DeWitt, Adventures in the Heartland. So, I called the lady I had worked with before who had moved out of state with her rescue. She got a hold of Everything's Going to Be All Right rescue. And I explained to her, I sent her all the x-rays, and she got a hold of our local humane society and took him into her rescue. Now, rescues can get the medical attention. So that's how we got his surgery that he needed instead of waiting the 10 to 14 days. Because that bone would have started adhering to something else. Whiskey broke his hip bone off of his backbone. Yeah, his spinal. Now with Moose, it was quite obvious he was either... We put up the night we found him. That day, no one ever came forward for him. But it was Whiskey because it was such a critical, attention.
Yeah, but with Moose, though, the vet kind of took possession of him.
Yeah, the vet
in a roundabout way. By,
she listed him as critical.
Yep.
She couldn't do it with Whiskey because the Humane Society had already been contacted when I found him. When we found Moose, they were closed.
Well, Moose was 5 years earlier, too.
Yeah. But with Moose, I didn't have to go through all that. I guess because the surgery was an expensive medical procedure, But here's the bad part: when the vet called the Humane Society to let him know I had brought him in, because even though I told him he had been hit and needed medical attention, they wouldn't even come out to get the poor dog. I had to take him to work. And then my cousin picked him up for me. But the vet called the Humane Society, and the lady acted like I hadn't called and reported him. That's what made me mad. And I explained to them, I said, I called them yesterday. The police officers called them the same day that I had. They act like nobody called them about that dog. But if they would have told her to put him down, I would have had no choice in that rescue, but she would have had to put him down. And that's where I got aggravated. But Whiskey's a very healthy boy now. Runs around like crazy. You can't even tell he had the surgery. But that was my actual last official rescue. I'm Moosey. But yeah, Roy was my first one. and I can't get rid of him. He just never goes away. He wanders off every now and then, but he comes back. No. He's looking at me. But yep. So yep. Yes, we had a great Christmas. But yeah. I have helped catch other dogs for years, but Moose and Whiskey are the actual two that we've Yukon, 3 that we've actually brought to the property, and they've actually stayed. Yukon was a different story. He was too big. Nobody wanted that size of a dog. He was going to be shot on the chain he was on. The dog his only existence was on a chain.
Thank you, Tom.
Oh yeah, it is. Yep, hold on. I gotta say thank you. We'll be right back.
Slow down, mama, why you talk so mean? Good Lord, man, shit, it ain't what it seems. You got nice clothes and midnight shows, boogie down at the bar, fiddle tunes and homemade booze, but it always goes too far. Shooting pool, crack a jack, take off now and don't look back, but hey, don't you wanna play? Hold on, sugar, why you look so sad?
But yeah, Yukon was, oh gosh, he was a large Malamute, and they pretty much put him on the chain as a pup, and that was his existence. When we brought him to the house, the guy brought him because he said Grandma was going to shoot him. And he was tired of Grandma being mean to the dog. Well, that's the one that wanted to eat Roy, because when Roy would put his hat on, he looked like the guy. He did not like men in general, so that tells me that the guy was the one that was mean, and Grandma was tired of watching him be mean to the guy. Just shut the door, babe. But we lady that the forever Fosters could not find no one to take him, and we brought him home. Even though he didn't like Roy, Roy's like he's not going nowhere. So we had him 5-6 years, and the kid lied about his age. He was older than 2 when we got him home. But we're hands-on when we would bring, when we were handling the dogs and cats. And this poor big guy never knew what a belly rub was, an ear scratch was. He didn't know what a dog treat was, any of that. We had a big kennel for him to run in, and he would lean on it like a man would, on a fence post. He broke our kennel down. So yes, he was on a cable, but he would not stay in the house. Hated it. He'd get so nervous that he would get the diarrhea. And I'm doing everything the foster place is telling me. She's like, if he tore your kennel up, he goes, and I had to put him on the cable. And he never left the yard when we let him off the cable. He'd stay in the yard with us. But yeah, he was a big boy. And the last 2 years, he finally made up to Roy. But Roy, even though he did not like Roy was not going to let that dog go somewhere where he might not have a home. But he got belly rubs, ear scratches, treats, Roy's mom would give him hot dogs every time she come around, or a piece of hamburger. He never got any of that, just on the chain. But when me and Tiana would go out in the yard, we'd unhook him. He'd, run around the yard. If we had to go back in, then he'd go on the cable. Cable was also for his safety because of where we lived by them 2 highways. And somebody see a dog that size, they would get scared. Hey, old man King Homestead, because I called him my pony, okay? I could ride him like a pony if I wanted. But yeah, that was our daughter's first technical, I guess you say, foster kid. Yeah. We would put him on it, but when we were home and out in the yard, he was out with us. We didn't leave him on it, but he never left the yard, But he wouldn't stay in the house. He hated it. He'd sit there at the door and he'd howl and he'd cry. We did have a lady, she doesn't live there now, that lived around the corner from us because we had him cabled, that she was going to come into our yard and remove him from the cable. Okay, he was okay with women, but it was like stranger danger. And I told the lady, I said, go ahead and release him. I said, but you might be missing a limb. And she looked at me and I said, I said, not only is he on that cable for his safety because of the highways, he's on that cable for people's safeties that come up to the yard and don't know any better. And I pointed over to, we had a good sized crate kennel that we had built. He broke it down. I said, we repaired it like 6 times. But, but yeah, she thought she's going to come up in our yard and release him. So I thought, okay, you release him and he gets hit. Are you going to pay for his medical bills if it doesn't kill him? Well, no, then leave him where he is because he's safe. I said, I'm doing everything that the foster care told me to do for him. And she just kind of looked at me and I'm like, he has no other options. New Year's, I'm probably doing nothing, Doreen. But, yep. That's the only time I ever got into it with anybody was that. And yes, he had Malamutes they are the big sled dogs that you see like up in Alaska, the big pullers. They're the ones that pull the big, like with the loads. That's what he was. And I got in contact with a lady that does the Malamute rescues, husky rescues and that. And they didn't have room for him. And I'm like, well, he's fine where he's at. I said, but I've never had a dog this big, and she's like, okay, this is what I'm going to warn you about now. I'm like, oh God, lay it on me. She goes, sometimes they get overheated. I'm like, okay, well, how can I help him? She goes, buy him a kiddie pool, put him some water in it, he'll be fine. Because he always had a big water dish, and we had one of those little, like, where it would trickle the water, so the water would stay fresh all the time. And we go out there, and he'd be laying in that pool with his arm up over that kiddie pool, all chilled and relaxed. We couldn't get him a doghouse, okay, big enough around us locally. So we drove into Mishawaka, Goshen area by Going Green Mom. I think it was PetSmart or Petco. One of them, we bought the biggest igloo they had. And we had a car. I'm like, it's not going to fit in this car. Yeah. It was a Ford Focus. I'm like, dude, I don't think so. Wouldn't fit. The guy goes, well, you bought it we're an hour away. He says, you bought it. I'll put it back for you. He goes, ain't a biggie. So he had to come home, pick up our truck, and he looks at the dog and he goes, I don't know if the doghouse that one's going to be big enough. I'm like, oh, great. But we'd already bought this big igloo for him. Well, he goes back up to Mishawaka, picks it up for him, bring it home. The dog never used the doghouse. Only if it rained. We could have snow up, and he'd have all the nice bedding in there, the straw with the cedar, all that good stuff. He even had one of those little heat pads under there. Wouldn't use it. He would not stay in. That was the bad thing, Jolly. He spent probably the first 4 years, because they said he's 2 years old, and the vet said no, he was older. He spent most of his life on a chain. So, and he had never had his toenails cut, never had a bath. That in itself was bad. He filled up my bathtub. Our boy could get him in there. Now, see, he was okay with our son, not Roy. Roy looked like the guy. So, he got his toenails done. He got a good scrub down. Hawkins Family Ventures, hello. The cedar in there was because it's a natural pest repellent, like fleas in it. He would put the cedar in his hole that he liked to sleep in. Hey, Mo Bang, for your bucks, another member in here. So yeah, he was a good. I loved him. I loved to hear his howl. Oh my gosh, it was so beautiful. And the funny thing is Roy the night he broke his cable, and Roy kept saying, "Please be the coyote. Please don't be Yukon. Please be the coyote. Here come Yukon." And he was hollering for our daughter to come get him because he thought he was going to eat him. And that's the first night Yukon kissed your hand, wasn't it? He finally had made up with him. Yeah. Yeah. Big boy. You know what she's wanting. I did. So, yep. Yep. When he finally made up to Roy, he was Roy's buddy. I saw how we can yard when we were outside and he'd never go nowhere. Yeah. Kind of like Jasper, just stayed right with you. Really chilled, loved his howl. And the day we had to put him down, I bawled when I lost Daisy, but Yukon, he was our first, I would say, what was he, 185 pounds, almost 200-pound dog when we got him. He was big. I cried. It took me and my daughter, all we had to get him into my little Explorer and in the vet techs. And I cried so hard when we put him down. And even the vet, she cried, but she goes, he had, what did we have him, 5 years, 6 years? She goes, he had 5 or 6 years of love that he never would have got. Yep, Yukon Jack was his name. Would you knock it off? Yeah. But yeah, his name was Yukon Jack. And, oh my gosh, the beautiful howl.
Yeah, he could sing.
Oh man. And then our other
Moose can sing.
Moose can sing when we get him to. And our neighbor, another neighbor had moved in, was also foster, had a wolf dog. Those two would sit there and talk together. It was so beautiful hearing them. Hey, Wonder, how's it going? All right, thanks for stopping by, Hawkins Family Adventures. We had a Merry Christmas. Hope you did too. Yeah, the wolf dog and Yukon would sit there and talk back and forth. It was beautiful. What are you doing? He's in more toys. All right. Did Marge and Jeff come in here? Did I not see them? Be ready to sit down
in a minute.
But yeah, it was, I've always been an animal lover, even, okay, other than chickens. I'm not
an animal, it's a bird.
I don't care, it's still an animal. They call it an animal. They had a beautiful howl. It wasn't a high-pitched scream. It was their low howls. But, yeah, chickens are not my friends. I'm sorry. I got scars on my hands from them.
Well, you eat a chicken in a heartbeat.
Yeah, that's right. My dad, we had a hen and she was mean. And Dad used to think it was funny because she would challenge me every day. Well, I went with my grandparents for, I think, a week. And my dad had to go collect the eggs. And I come back and that hen was no longer with us. What's that tell you? It wasn't funny when she took him on. Hi, baby girl. What are you doing? Yes. Roy's not an animal. Yeah, it's different when they're just doing it to do it, but they were talking. Now, our beagle was not, Daisy wasn't a big howler or a barker.
No, but she could sing.
She could sing.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I got on my, if you go to my personal YouTube, I have Daisy howling. It's still on there.
That might make it short.
Yeah. She, hey.
Oh, he put it right in the water.
Moose just took his ball and put it in the water. Yeah. But, I mean, he wouldn't. Now, if he barked, we knew somebody or something was in the yard. He very seldom would bark. Yeah. No, he didn't sound like those. Kind of almost sounded, if you listen to the wolves, how he could probably imitate a wolf or a coyote. Their dinner, that's right. Well, that's what that hen became, because my mom said she got my dad pretty good too, so I don't feel bad. I think he called her Henrietta too. Yeah. Are you gonna sit down or are you gonna stand? But he forgot what he was doing. But yep, so yep. Chickens are not my favorite on the farm. The hogs didn't bother me too much. Calves, we always had calves around. Cows. I only had one cow. Well, besides Ferdinand the bull that chased me up the tree, we had a white heifer. She was albino, and I called her. She was crazy. I called her Ghost. I'm not moving yet till you get up here. Just sit down. But yeah, I was raised around animals. We always had dogs, wild cats running around. You ready to sit down? Because as soon as I move, he's waiting. He tried pushing me.
You know what we haven't talked about? Our solar.
Oh yeah, ow!
Our new inverter. When did we get that inverter installed?
Before Christmas.
Well, I mean, have we done live since we've done it?
Yeah.
Have we?
Yeah.
Oh. Hey, traveling adventures with Eric B. Howdy, howdy. I was watching the dogs, and then Homer came over, and I was talking with Homer. But we're adding to our solar. Not much, but we are adding. I managed to score over the weekend. This one's out of the box, but they were brand new in the box. The other two are out.
Put my out. Y'all seen that?
Out in the clam. But 3 Goal Zero 15-watt solar panels. And they got the little 5mm plug on them. You can daisy chain or whatever you call it, up to 8 of these. And they plug in right here to each other. So you can put 8 of them together. But we got 3 at 45 watts. All I got to do now is get the adapter to go from 5mm to 8mm for the Jackery. And then the Jackery is going to have its own solar panel system, solar power. We don't have solar panels for Jackery. I never did buy them. But, yep, I got these. So,
there ain't no room up there.
There ain't no room up there.
My
so we're going to put them up
there.
Yeah. Oh, he's one.
This one here is the cat whisperer. The cats love Roy. That's how you
solar panels are the new thing. They are, ain't they? Hang on, I'll get that for you. Look out. There's one that's not alone.
Oh, well, how'd he get up there?
I put it up there last night, but I don't know why he couldn't get it. Oh, yeah. Becky told me, I won't. Nope. But yeah, this was a nice score. So that'd be 45 watts going into our Jackery. And since we put in this don't go to it, but this poor little Jackery hasn't been used in 3 days now. It's fully charged. This is the longest our Jackery has set without being used, I think, since we've had it.
But we start doing reenactments again, we use it. So.
Oh, yeah. Well, we take it with us wherever we need to go. We got portable power, but I'm just saying, we've lived off this thing for
first 2 years out here.
Going on 3 years. Yeah.
Thank you, Eric B. Hope you had a great Christmas, too.
Grandkids just showed up. You have a great day. Enjoy them grandkids. But I keep one of these 12-volt things in there, just keep the dust out of it. Hey, it's pretty dusty out here when you're out in it all the time. Whiskey cat. Oh, oop, oop, oop. But with them 3 panels, I now don't have to take the Harbor Freight kit and a 12-volt battery just to charge the Jackery to a reenactment.
We're gonna get the adapter though.
Yeah, we'll get the adapter ordered up. Might order 2 of them, one for the Harbor Freight solar controller, because then we could take the 45 watts, put on that battery out in the clam.
Yeah.
Good coffee now, and I can drink it.
Sip on it more. Yeah.
51. So you got 24 in here. They like you.
Yeah.
Oh, my dog has finally settled down now. Yeah, has to enjoy the grandkids.
What are we? She's like,
Something got Lulu's attention. She
You
raised
said
up.
grandkids.
No, that was after that.
Oh, I heard something.
Yeah. Finally, my first few sips of coffee. Yeah, you have a great day.
Yep.
All right. So I do got to do some editing, though. And it's going to be 74 degrees today.
You can edit at night.
Well, we got free power coming in on the sun right now. She wants to farm.
No, I want my roof done in case that rain comes in.
You're not getting the roof done. I am so tired of explaining that to you. I'm not doing the roof yet until I know them temperatures are going to stay that way. I get up there and I brush some stuff off. I could open up more leaks. So I don't have my phones up there for constant temperature.
Hey, babe, you have a whole world right in front of you could open up.
Yeah. 10-day forecast for Quartzsite.
You're staying above 60.
Look at Wednesday. Rain. This is it's going to but yeah, that's why I haven't went up there and wire brushed yet, because I could knock something off that's going to create another leak, and we got rain coming Wednesday. I don't think it'll be good and dry by Wednesday. Today is Tuesday.
Today's Monday.
Today's Monday. Yeah, I don't think it'd be good and dry by Monday. We need a good long dry spell above 40 degrees, and it looks like we're going to have that after Wednesday.
Shows clouds.
Clouds is,
but it's still
as long as it
cured.
don't rain.
Yeah, it'll cure itself. Then we ain't got to carry that big
It
5
could
gallon
possibly
bucket
be
around.
cured by Wednesday, but I really don't want to take
All
a
right,
chance.
so you do it after Wednesday.
After Wednesday, we should probably get on it. According to that weather, it looked like, unless they change it. Loudest place we ever lived, it'd have to be the trailer park. Yeah.
Mishawaka.
Well, that's a city. That was downtown city. That's always loud. But I've been loud. Yeah.
Trains.
One on Wonder. Howdy, howdy. My home rose, wherever it's peaceful and fun. Yeah, I mean, yep. We love that part. We can even hear the big cargo ships. Now, I wouldn't mind hearing that.
Yeah. Mishawaka, our front yard was how many tracks?
2. But I didn't mind having train track. Trains don't bother me. I lived right on top. We actually lived almost on top of the train tracks.
Bumpkin, okay? It took me, I don't think I ever fully got used to that. We first moved in, them trains would go by so fast it sounded like someone was knocking on the front door.
Oh, especially the Amtrak. The Amtrak would fly by there. You'd get up and look at see who's at the door.
Yeah, he would do it. So I'd get all the way downstairs and it sounded like someone knock, do the laundry, remember?
Mm-hmm. Freight trains, not so much, but Amtrak's was the one.
Yeah.
They'd get us every time, just about. Well, hello there again, Moose.
Hey, Bubba. What you doing? Okay, hold on. Let me scoot here. There you go. You got your seat. There you go. Are you good now?
Are you comfy?
Yeah.
He said I got to move Mom's hands so I can lay down.
There you go.
Forgot about the planes. We don't really, well, we kind of do see quite a few planes out here, but LAX ain't too far from here,
Yeah.
really.
Well, you don't want me now. He's changed.
We
his
did
mind.
learn. I did learn something about flying. If planes of north of 10 here, west, and they fly south of 10, heading east. They use 10 as a fly highway. So they use 10 as they follow 10, and they'll stay on one side heading east and one side. I didn't even know they did that.
I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I found a new thing too for candy canes.
F-18 to be cool to be around.
I put some of it in my coffee.
Peppermint coffee. That
Yep.
don't even sound good.
Don't knock it till you try it.
But I've always lived by trains. Haven't really bothered me none.
Yeah, but I had never been that close to a train. Because you figure even when we lived where autumn is, the trains wasn't that close to bother me. Mom and Dad's
when we lived in
growing up wasn't far close enough.
When we lived in town, no, not you, but before I started dating you, when we lived on Portland Street, we heard every church bell that was in town.
Yeah.
You have church bells and kids playing, trains, planes,
the sirens,
no boats or ships because there's no water there.
The noon whistle,
Tractors,
the noon whistle.
noon whistle, courthouse.
That took a while to get used to too. Going into living out in the country and
courthouse dinging its bell every hour on the hour. If 1 o'clock it rang it once. If it was 12, it rang that bell 12 times.
Yeah,
they still do that too.
That's what they would do by the house in Mishawaka, though. The windows, the door, everything would rumble. But it did. It always sounded like someone knocking on that door. When that
Remember the front door fell apart, and the landlord blamed me for kicking it out. And I didn't kick no door out. The train went by, and it vibrated out. It was a door that was all glass.
Yeah, old.
Very old. Had loose panes in it all the time. I mean, this thing rattled and all that. And I believe it was an Amtrak that went by that night.
Yeah. Was it dirt?
And the trim that was holding the glass in just came out. And all the glass fell out. We called the landlord and said, hey, the front door just fell apart when a train went by. And the landlord says, well, I really appreciate you kicking my door. He kicked the door. The train knocked it apart. Well, get him. He's wanting up there.
He's wanting my coffee. Get back.
No, he's wanting that dish.
But
anyway, he got the door fixed.
Well, he come out and he looked, and Roy's like, see, everything was right, like it just dropped. No, nothing inside the house, nothing laying outside. It just dropped.
Mm-hmm. It was an old house. It was a very old house. Like when church bells plays music. Then in Christmas, they all play Christmas music.
Yeah, those didn't bother. Yeah, that didn't bother me. But, being a country girl, her whole life, and then moving to the city, and you got sirens going like crazy. Trains.
Oh, yeah, I meant to watch that during the video. I forgot all about that with the campers.
Yeah. I never did get used to being in the big city.
We were busy last night, though. Yeah, sure. We had pictures fall off the wall all the time. I quit hanging them, remember? Knickknacks vibrate to the end. If you don't catch it right away, then they go over.
Yeah. I quit hanging pictures.
I lived in an apartment. Sunshine 50 Road, Sunshine Road 51. Big Daddy can vouch for this. I lived in an apartment above Chuck's place, a bar, favorite bar in Indiana, and
Barfly.
The whole building leaned.
Yeah.
The whole building. This building
was
built in the 1880s or something like that to be a bar, and was still a bar when they tore it down. The only building in Stark County that was built was what it was built to be. Well, it leaned. None of the windows were square. You had gaps in it from the building leaning and everything. Well, I lived in an apartment above it, and
he leaned.
You didn't really feel it, though. You didn't feel it. But if you set a cold beer, you know how cold beer sweats? I didn't use coasters. I was a bastard. And you could set a beer down on the coffee table. And if a train went by, the beer would take off down the coffee table. Oh, I miss that old place.
I don't.
Well, I do. I might have still want Big Daddy's picture to share the place.
Yeah.
But now they got some stupid community center right in the town bought that whole block and built a community center.
Took down an old theater.
No. Well, they
Yeah.
did, but that not for the community center. The
No,
theater was
they made
quite
a
a few years
garden
later.
there.
That was across. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was across the alley. That was quite a few years later. But
But
they took. We had that ice cream shop.
yes, that
Well,
place
Chuck
was
took
awesome.
that apart and sold everything. But yeah, there was a lot of historic
Who owned
buildings
it? I
there.
can't remember.
Davis.
Davis Ice Cream. Yep, I remember going. My sister taking me there when I was little.
Then Chuck bought it. It ran for a little while. It was a pizza shop, arcade, but it couldn't sustain itself. Not in that little town for a while.
No. But when they tore down the movie theater, that was stupid.
It for Expedition Fun Seeker. Howdy, howdy, howdy.
The couple had bought the movie theater, had got it up and going, and then the city kept, okay, they holler that there's nothing going on in our little town, but yet the city itself just kept nitpicking these businesses, and they finally ended up closing it. So, yeah, there was nothing there for us kids to do at all, remember?
Nothing. Never. It still ain't nothing in that town.
Still
for
nothing.
Kids to do.
What are we doing?
I'm gonna try to find a picture of it.
Oh.
Maybe. All right. Let's see.
But yeah, I mean, it was, you know, they holler that kids were getting mischievous. Well, how about you give them something to do besides run the streets? But they never, I mean, that was an old movie theater. Them people put a lot of time and money into it. And they just, that and one of the other businesses next door, they just kept nitpicking and they finally got them closed. Tore that one down and made a garden there. It was a gazebo.
There was a lot of history in that theater too.
Yeah, and they shouldn't have tore it down.
Nope.
It wasn't nothing wrong with the building. It was our city or town council.
Well, that's usually how it goes.
The little arcade across the street, they hollered and complained. They finally got it closed. Remember when they opened that up as an arcade video place for kids to go play? The guy hooked up a bunch
There's
of
a picture of
places.
the inside of it.
He had what? PlayStations, Xboxes. You know, a place for kids to hang and get to know each other and socialize. And they complained about it. You know, and he had to close his doors. He didn't charge the kids. He said, you know, the parents knew if they come there, they knew where to find them. And they hollered about that.
This is where it was.
Okay. I don't know what he's looking for.
You'll see it as soon as I find it.
Did she just recently share it?
I don't. Yes.
But yeah, I mean, it was nice. It was something nice for the kids.
She's been sharing away too.
Somebody donated that skate rink for the skateboarders and that. Didn't take care of it, and then they had to repair it. Now they got I wouldn't even call it ice skate rink. I'm sorry. It's a joke.
Oh, maybe not.
I have to go through her pictures. Photo album.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah, that's.
Here it is right here. I got to share the picture of the famous
Lillian.
bar in Stark County. The ice cream shop's next to it.
That was Davis ice cream. It was
But
yummy.
it's now all gone, and a stupid community center's been put in its place.
It's expensive to rent.
But here it is. And my apartment was a window on the back.
Yeah, you're the backside.
Yep. There
You
it
can't
is.
see the lean there though.
No, but that building was built in 1800s to be a bar and was tore down in the 2000s as a bar. Or 19.
Right.
But yeah, I don't know whose picture this is.
Maybe it was
It
from,
was in that community thing.
Yeah, I remember when.
But
Yep, there was nothing wrong with the theater. Roy knew he'd been in and out of that theater.
I DJ'd there. Sunshine Rose 51, boyfriend Big Daddy DJ'd there for years. Still, I mean, that man taught me everything about DJing.
Yeah.
Right there behind that little window there on the left. But I miss it. But all gone. But
All gone now.
So it was one of my favorite places. So I got smart and I rented an apartment above
So I didn't have far to go.
So I didn't have far after Friday and Saturday nights. Old Chuck's place. It was Bob's Tavern, and then it was Chuck's place. It was Bob's Tavern when I was a kid, and then it was Chuck's place when I was a teenager.
And what was the bar straight down?
Straight down.
Yeah, what was it before that Elvis guy bought it?
Hey.
Somebody's doggy bark.
Oh, Club Elvis?
Yeah, what was it
That
before?
was Dewdrop Inn.
Yeah. I've only been in that once
We
before.
had, see what we had? We had Chuck's place, we had Dewdrop Inn, which turned into Club Elvis because the guy that bought it looked exactly like Elvis. And
Yeah,
so
he
he had a whole jukebox of nothing but Elvis.
Wore like Elvis clothing.
Wore Elvis clothing, yeah.
One thing he didn't have was the Cadillac.
I'm not sure if he didn't have that.
I never seen it.
But we had Chuck's, we had Dewdrop, we had O's, we had Courthouse View, Unicorn, whatever it's called.
Unicorn.
But it was called Courthouse View too for a long time.
Yeah. I think that was it. In the liquor store right there. It's gone too.
Yeah.
Yep. In the laundromat.
Yeah, because I'd put music on and go across and
do your laundry.
No, I'd go across and hang out with my cousin at the liquor store when I was DJing because she worked at the liquor store. I'd go put a big long plaything on and go hang out at the liquor store.
Oh, Roy got to go through it, didn't you? The old theater.
Yeah.
They tore the one down in North Judson too.
See, yeah, I went through them tunnels down there before they even found them tunnels. Well, because they started at the theater. Big Daddy said Chuck had cables running through it to keep it from falling over. It was that building was interesting. Had a big monster.
Hey, there's Miss Shar Hart. Merry Christmas to you and your family, Miss Shar.
That building had a big old monster boiler in it. Monster, big as honey. And when it would run out of water, you always had to keep an eye on the water. And when this thing would run out of water, the whole block would shake just about. It felt like this thing was about ready to blow. Run down there and hit the valve and get water in it real quick.
Yeah. What? No.
Had a lot of good times there. A lot of good times. Well,
that's where you lost me at the one time.
I lost you.
Yeah, when we was celebrating my birthday. We left O's and was going back to there, and my girlfriend snatched me, took me over to the Unicorn.
That was in 1989.
Yeah.
That was before he turned that
ice cream shop into just
storage. The ice cream shop was down a little bit.
So it was next to it.
What was next to that? I think it was the pool hall. I think it was Bill's.
Maybe. I can't read it.
And then he got that and turned that into his apartment home thing.
But I remember Davis's ice cream shop.
Yep.
That was a cool little
All
place. Right. Yep. We've been on here over an hour.
Yeah, we've been on an hour.
Ain't
over
gonna get
an hour,
nothing done yakking.
Well, don't what we're doing anyway, so. Yeah.
You cleaned your solar panels up.
I could work on a clam again. Yeah, I went out and dusted the.
Yeah, why don't you do that? You can't even stand in there again.
I'm
It's
just standing in there.
You barely can.
Well, it turns into the workshop when we're.
And then nothing gets.
So I may go get a can of gas.
Okay, whatever.
All right. So let's say goodbye.
Yeah, we gotta get busy.
All right, everybody. You guys have a great week.
Actually, I did my chores already.
I did mine too. I dusted the.
I swept the floors and the dishes are done.
What?
I found that. I don't know where it comes. Oh, it was off my blender.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The little.
So everybody have a great day.
Yeah.
Old Man King Homestead, you have a great day. Excuse me.
Send him that picture. Okay. You have to send it. It's on Remember When and Knox, right?
It was on, I don't actually have that, but it was, Debbie Scott shared it.
Yeah. His apartment, yours was a weird shaped apartment.
They all were weird shaped up there.
It was weird.
Let's see. Yeah, I should have saved it.
You have to go back to her page.
Where's the, oh, right there.
Right there.
Yeah, I'll hunt it down again and.
Send it to him.
Yeah. Because it ain't, I thought it would show up that way a lot easier, but it didn't. Oh, there it is right there. Okay. I got it.
All right.
All right.
We got to get busy.
So everybody have a great day. I'll send that picture to you, Big Daddy. I just stole it off Facebook. Where is the, right there. Okay. We'll see you tomorrow, guys.
Later.
Later.
Real bad boy. I've got a ton of gravel in my shoes, world on my shoulder, a heart full of blues out in the dirt, down in the dirt. I've been a real bad boy on the town all night. Starting to calm down in the morning light.